welcome everybody to the Weltall, excuse me, to the Weltall id project part 2. Now, before I begin, I did change from the previous Gundam that I was using as a kind of a base model to do this because I thought a couple of things. Number one, I don't want to work in 1 and 1/4/4 scale, which is so small that it just drives me insane. If it was up to me, I do all my Weltalls in perfect grade, which is something that I will not be doing just yet. I will be doing in the future, but right now I'm just going to be satisfied with doing them in 1 and 100 scale, and I'm going to use the Astray Red Frame as the base. And the reason I'm doing this is because as I've ventured through the internet and as I've looked up how to build custom Gunpla and custom Gundams and custom model kits in general, it's very frustrating, right? Because most people have the most inconsistent, incongruent, nonsensical bullcrap that they call advice. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't tell people exactly what they need, what to do, and how to do it sometimes, they're not going to get it. And it's not hand-holding, as some of the community would say. But let's face it, you see these amazing kits, right? And then you're like, wow, how did these people use them? How did they make them? How did they get it there? Well, they're not going to tell you specifically. They're just going to kind of beat around the bush or tell you, oh, grab some epoxy and blah, 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 blah. No, bro. That's not a thing, man. How's about you, like, explain it? Okay, so that's what I'm here to do. And I'm going to explain it as best as I can. And as the video is playing in the background, I'm going to tell you the tools that I'm using and some of the techniques that I'm using. Cool? Cool. So, numero uno, or number one, the first thing that I recommend you guys get is a rotary tool, right? Because you're going to want a tool that is going to help you, get a lot of the sanding out of the way. And I actually picked up this technique from watching different artists on like Tested, and watching a lot of people who are super successful at sculpting and, playing with toys and stuff like that. So I figured, there's no real, Xenogears model kits out there. And this is my first time really trying a project of this magnitude. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work on it as, how custom toy builders work on it. And the first thing that you should do for this type of build is get yourself a rotary tool. You're going to get yourself a bunch of different, tips and nibs and just a bunch of cool stuff like that you're going to be able to take away material, right? That's going to be your first thing that you're going to want to do is get yourself a rotary tool. And then after that, you're going to get yourself some sanding files, some files to just very thin files to get the nice little corners, nice little edges. And once you have those, you begin the subtraction process, right? Especially because of the Astray, it's so pointy and it has so many points of articulation that you could really use to your advantage when it comes to this kind of build. So in the first part of this video, as you can see, I'm shaping the legs to get them exactly how, roughly how I want them to be. And then what I'm going to do is once I have all the rough shapes of the Astray with the rotary tool, then I'm going to move to the next step in the process, which will be in the next video. But in this video, you're going to see me basically roughing in the shapes. You're going to see me getting all this nice fluid, because if you look at the leg of the Weltall, the id version, it has kind of a sensual, sexy, curvy kind of, like a calf portion, which is, the main attraction for this video in any case. So, and then you see me later on in the video, like you see me, at this point, working on different parts. But that's so I can kind of get a little bit of an idea of overall how it's going to fit and the perspective to see how thin or how thick I want to make the calf portions. But for right now, make sure you get yourself a rotary tool. Make sure you get yourself a nice little sanding tip on it. And then get yourself, some metal grindy tips on it. And I suggest you just, like in any traditional sculpting, start working away. Now remember, this is plastic, so as you're sanding it, especially with the rotary tool, it's kind of got to melt a little bit. And when it gets on your skin, it's going to burn a little bit, but not too much. And it's going to make a real big mess, so make sure that you do this somewhere very clean. Now, that's exactly where I'm going to stop. So just for right now, real quick, blah, 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 because I can't talk. Real quick recap. Make sure you get yourself a rotary tool and make sure that you're ready to sand. So, you know, face covers, all that kind of good stuff. You know, long sleeve in case you don't want it to fall on your skin. All that good jazz. And then just start slowly sanding away at the pieces you don't want. Now, as I progress in this particular project, I will be giving tips and tricks, so stay tuned. And if you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out, and it really helps out other people who are trying to learn their own Gundam custom builds. And this is going to be a huge endeavor for me, and it's going to be a huge privilege to actually bring back some of the things that I love the most. And like I said, I will be showcasing and talking about different tools and stuff that you can really use during these builds that are going to help you out in future projects. And then eventually, at the end of this project, I will make a complete how-to and what tools to use, because remember, I'm only going to be buying the tools as I need them, because obviously this is my first build, so you can just build along with me or grow along with me if you like. So like I said before, leave a comment down before. Leave a comment down before. Today's not my day, guys. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions and or concerns. I'll be more than happy to start a conversation and help you guys out in any way. That way we can do it together. And you know, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next part in this series. It will be coming out, you know, in a week from now. More than likely, yeah, like in about a week. I'm not going to give you guys any definite point in time because I have a lot of stuff on my plate. But I do want you guys to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on this amazing Gunpla build. And as always, take care, happy modeling, peace out!